Hi everyone, I've just been talking to my members on the Monday membership call about my mid-year reset. Can you believe we are halfway through the year already? This coming weekend is the shortest day for us here in New Zealand. It's crazy. I always get to June and find that I've lost sight of a lot of the January goals I started the year off with. As much as I really committed to them at the time, a lot of them just didn't happen. So I think mid-year is a great time to refocus, reset, look at what's important, look at what you have achieved, and look at what you want to achieve in the next 6 months, which, let's face it, can be plenty. It's very easy in June, July, winter, um, to suffer from seasonal affective disorder, which is a real thing. It's the SADS. Look at blog 95 on the website if you want more info, and feel like hibernating rather than gearing up and working towards feeling your best. For me, I'm doing a full mid-year reset, not a drastic overhaul, but just tweaking here and there and focusing on a few things because I am off to take a retreat in Bali in 4 weeks' time. Quite frankly, the thought of teaching people on the poolside in a bikini right now is quite terrifying. So I've got the next 4 weeks to just work on getting a little bit leaner, feeling a bit lighter, feeling a little bit more energized before that comes around. Um, I'm going to share my reset plan with you, and I'm inviting you to join me and come along with me on this journey. It's also a great time to lay the foundations if you're thinking about joining me for the 12-week challenge in August. Now, you know, I did 12-week challenges for years and I hate them. Why do I hate them? I hate them because people focus and work their backsides off for 84 days and then they go back to what they were doing before and they put the weight back on or they fall back into their old habits and they're back to where they started or sometimes worse off. But people are always asking me for that challenge kind of a format. So I'm just putting together something to help keep you focused and keep you working through the end of winter and through into spring. Just really setting good habits, following good food plans, all of that jazz that I'm famous for. We're going to put it together for 12 weeks, starting the 11th of August when I'm back from Bali. So if you work with me now, you'll get a sneak peek, I guess, on what I focus on, how to build a more plant-focused diet, and the habits that make a real difference. So for me, for these 4 weeks, because I am reasonably lean, I don't have to make huge changes, but little things matter a lot. So little things like taking the milk out of my coffee and drinking black coffee, having an Americano with a splash of almond milk instead of an oat milk cappuccino or an almond milk cappuccino, steaming my veggies instead of stir frying them with olive oil. Those are the things that work for me. And already just making those little tweaks, I'm down a kilo. This is the food plan that I wrote for myself. And it's really very simple. It's my normal oats. They're either overnight oats or they're cooked oats with my flaxseed, chia seed. I love to have stewed summer fruit, although at the moment actually I've got rhubarb, stewed rhubarb. And I, at the moment, am not doing a protein powder in the morning. I'm using a little bit of peanut butter in there just to bolster it up a little bit. Prior to that, because I've been suffering from a systemic arthritis type thing, so prior to that, I am doing half a banana first thing at 5 in the morning with my meds. Then I exercise, then I have that breakfast. And because I haven't got the protein powder in there, I've upped my protein at both my lunch and my dinner meals from my normal 100 and 150 grams to 2 lots of 200 grams. that protein for me is plant-based, so it's coming from beans, it's coming from legumes, it's coming from tofu. I add to that at lunchtime a whole cup of brown rice and leftover veggies or salads. And then my evening meal again is 200 grams of beans, legumes. I love edamame beans. I love chickpeas, all of that stuff. This sounds boring, but I'm going to talk you through it in a minute. And at night, I don't have the carbs. I just have a huge plate of steamed vegetables, so or salad or both. So that's what that protein sits on. And I personally don't find I need to do morning teas or afternoon teas anymore. Some people do. I don't. I generally have black coffee in the morning, a herb tea in the afternoon, and maybe a herb tea after dinner because I like to have some magnesium, find it helps me sleep. So that's that, which sounds terribly boring. But when you look at actually what it converts into, it's converted this week into a chili made with kidney beans, which was a yum. It had lime juice and lime zest put into the end of it. And I had that sitting on sauteed cabbage from the garden with broccoli and edamame beans. Then I made a chickpea curry, but instead of using coconut milk or coconut cream, I used tomatoes. So that made that lighter. That made 4 serves. So I've got that. I had it last night. I've just had it for lunch today. I'll have it for lunch again tomorrow, mixed through that rice, which is just so good. So, so good. So again, last night, I just had that on a whole lot of steamed veggies. Actually, I had frozen some green beans in the summer that have been in the freezer, and I got a bag of those out, added a few edamame beans, and I had a cabbage out of the garden. So that's what I used for that. And so that was the chickpeas. And then tonight I'm doing a lentil bolognese. That lentil bolognese is so yum. I'm going to have it with an edamame pasta, which is really, really nice. That again will give me leftovers for another couple of days. Then what's happening next? Then I've got tofu scramble for the next night, which is another one of my favorites. Once you learn how to do that, you'll never forget it. It's so good. And then I'm eating out on Wednesday night. So I'm eating out at a restaurant to celebrate a friend's birthday. I've told them that I need a plant-based option. They're going to let me know what that is. I just want to make sure it's not pasta. And then Thursday night, I'm back to a chickpea stew, which I do in the crock pot. Again, I get several meals out of that, and it's yum, lots of flavors, infused flavors. I freeze some portions of that, which I can then use next week. And then Friday night is my famous Friday night platter. And then I go around again. So it's not boring. It's not tasteless. I've got all the things in there. Oh, I had a couple of poppadoms last night with the chickpea curry, which just gave me that little bit of crunch. So good. I just microwaved them, no oil, really good. So doing that, I'm losing over 600 grams a week. And that is about my goal for me between now and Bali. So I've got 4 weeks left. So 2.4 kilos will be fabulous. That's just about where I want to be sitting. So to do that, I do keep a daily food plan, and I also have a habit tracker. So on my habit tracker, I've got tracking my food. So I tick that off each day as I do it. I'm aiming for 10,000 steps. Don't always do that. When I don't, I put down how many I get so I can get curious and see why and how I can bump it up a little bit. I've got yoga in 3 times a week. I've got weight training in just twice a week. And then I'm going to ride the horse 3 times. So, that's pretty full on. It takes a bit of planning to fit it all in, but every morning I food plan, and in there I also pop my exercise, what I want to do. So I do my food plan in the morning like that. I love to add stickers because I'm a kid. And that's why I love the habit tracker, right? It's like doing a sticker chart. It's so much fun. So with this, I write it, I tick it off as I go, and then anything that I have that's extra or wasn't on my list, I actually highlight so that when I look back over the week and I see what the results I got were or how I'm feeling, I've got some kind of guide as to what I actually did to get to there. Not what I thought I would do, not what was in my head. That's why the habit tracker works. It's not, oh, yeah, in my head, I know I'm doing 3 lots of exercise this week. But in reality, how many do you do? You need to know. That's data. You're not going to get closer to your goals if you can't track what you are doing, so that if what you are doing isn't working, you've got the infinite information to enable you to change it. So the workouts, I get up at 5 and I do a couple of hours work now in the morning, and then I stop at about 7. And that's when I either go to the gym and I do my strength training, or I do my yoga. I do that just at home with a video, YouTube video. And then I walk, which is normally 45-minute walk, generally with my dogs. Sometimes when I go to the gym and I do a strength training, I'll do a little run, either on the beach or along the headland. I can't do that very much with my hips at the moment, but if I can sneak one of those in a week, I do. And then I try and ride 3 times a week. There isn't always time. If there isn't, I'm still getting out there and I'm looking after the horse. I'm changing covers, I'm feeding it. It's all extra movement in my day. So getting that movement into my day is so important for me if I want to get a result. The other thing I'm very mindful of is managing my mind around food, keeping to the front of my mind why I'm doing this, because I want to age well. I want to stay as healthy as I can, and I want to be lean and joyful and full of energy when I hit Bali in 4 weeks' time. And I think I'm going to wear a bikini. Watch this space. But if I do, I want to feel confident in it, not like I've got imposter syndrome or I'm some kind of a fraud. Now, that's not to mean that I'm trying to be perfect. And that doesn't mean that I am body shaming anybody. We all come in different shapes and sizes, but I know the body that I feel good in, and it's a couple of kilos leaner than the one I'm sitting in right now. If this resonates with you and you're ready to reset too, drop a comment or subscribe, and I'll be sharing loads of tips in the lead up to both Bali and the 12-week challenge. It's never too late to feel great. Let's do it together. If you would like a copy of my cheat sheet here, for some things you can work on and prioritize for your own mid-year reset, comment below and I'll make sure that I get it to you. Have the most incredible week. If you are local, I'm doing a walk on the 28th, Saturday, the 28th of June in Pukekohe, followed by coffee, a chat, skin folds measurements if you want them. So if you're interested in that, email me, ginny@outlookforlife.com. Look forward to speaking to you all soon. Have a great week, everybody. Bye now.